3, 2, 1. Hi to everyone. Here, Enrico Benzoni, Marketing and Technical Alliances at Sumo Logic. And with me, there's Claudio Ghedini. In a
Hello,
few
everyone.
minutes, hi, Claudio. In a few minutes, we will start the today topic, that is the SOC automation. So allowing you to enter, to join, tell me if the audio is okay for you. So happy to see you. And if you have any question during this webinar, you can use the box and you can ask whatever you want to ask. And then we will respond at the end of the webinar, or if there are particular question you would like to explore, we can set up a demo specific for you, or just a call if you need any other clarification. As I said, I'm Enrico Benzoni. Now we can start telling you which are the security solution that we have. We have a cloud security monitor and analytics. That is a comprehensive data monitoring and analysis that generates actionable security awareness for modern apps. And there's the Cloud SIEM that is on top of the solution. And if you acquire Cloud SIEM, you have also the Cloud Security Monitor and Analytics, and Cloud SOAR that start where the SIEM ends, basically ingest the alert and start the right process to respond to incident. So when we talk about automation, we talk about response plan today. So how to use the automation for saving time. So you can use the automation of the SIEM, our Cloud SIEM, to generate high fidelity alerts. And you can use, and nowadays will be the focus, you can use the Cloud SOAR for the creation of every specific standard operating procedures based on every type of alert you have to manage. Basically, the SOAR starts where the SIEM ends. The SIEM generates an alert, and the SOAR ingests the alerts or the insight if you have Cloud SIEM, and start immediately an enrichment and investigation using your tool, because the SOAR is a flexible tool that uses your own tools integrated through APIs. And then you can build processes in which you allow the process to stop in a particular phase in which you have to take decisions. Your analyst can have a look on every collected information and can decide which direction the process has to go. And this allows to contain and remediate faster the incident, saving a lot of time, because you can decide for each single action if it has to be performed manually or if you have to use the automation. So when we talk about incident response, process first, and the SOAR help you in build graphical overview of the processes, and allow you to give priority to alerts, triage the alerts quickly, add that contextual intelligence using different sources from threat intelligence, vulnerability management, etc. You can notify stakeholders in the right moment in which you would like to send specific information, and you can have under control the SLA. You can make incident reports in automatic. You can simplify the workflow. And mainly, you can automate the processes. And your cybersecurity team will change the way in which they are used to work. Nowadays, without SOAR, they manage many different tools and they have to enter in many different consoles. After, with the SOAR, they just enter in the SOAR and they have structured process that use for enrich quickly every alert, and they can collect in one place whatever they need for taking quick and insightful decisions. That is the power of the automation. Basically, you can see here an example of applying SecOps processes. Basically, there's a large volume of incoming alerts, but only threats are converted in incident, because you can skip the false positive, because it is important that you quickly identify them. And there's allow you to have no proliferation of incident volume. Then you can have a quick investigation using the enrichment, whatever tool that you have. You will see in the playbook example, many boxes colored in green that are our concept of enrichment. Then you have the deduplication. So automatically you merge similar incident with the same characteristics. And you can easily escalate, making a reclassification of incident based on the result of triage. And this allows you to focus the attention on the analyst, on the human factor, where the analyst has to intervene, where the analyst is important that it quick understand the situation and decide how to proceed. So the SOAR is the flexible tool that allow you to do that. Now, here is the core of the webinar. So automation with Cloud SOAR. You can see 5 points, and Claudio has a lot of experience because he managed every day customer issues, customer processes. And please, Claudio, can you share with us some tips and where we have to start with an automation project? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Enrico. So basically, always start by the standard operating procedure. So we help and check with the customer the standard operating procedure that they have in place, and helps them to consolidate, because starting with the well-consolidated standard operating procedure makes creating the automation also, but I mean, all the flow is well defined, and everything is clear, all the steps of the procedures that we want to follow. So it's very easy when the standard operating procedure is consolidated to create, associate also the automation to that processes. The second point is review and understand which technology the customer is currently using, so we can easily review if all the integration are already available, and with our team easily create eventually a new integration if it's not available. So it requires very few days to do that, or customize what is already available, obviously. And then we can convert the standard operating procedure in a playbook. So it's a graphical workflow inside the platform that represent exactly all the steps that are performed previously on paper, but now you can have it all inside the platform and can automate all the process. Then the next step is to create, customize the report and KPIs, so that helps the management to understand, to share with management all is going on in the platform, and then the analyst training to help them to familiarize with the platform and improve the way they are actually working. And just add that we usually start with the use case that creates more work load to the analyst. So it's not necessary to automate everything at the start, but we start with the most common use case that create more workload to the analyst. Usually, an example is the phishing use case. So I can show this is an example of graphical workflow. So the playbook that helps to analyze the phishing use case. So we have, as you see, different color for the action. The first one, enrichment. So we can, for example, collect the automatic IP geolocation, a screenshot of the phishing domain. We can send, the workflow can send a notification to all the stakeholders with all the information related to the incident. Then with this purple action, the playbook can automatically choose a path to follow based on thresholds that are completely customizable. Remember that also the technology that are used are completely customizable, and you can select which are the most appropriate for your use case or for your environment. Then the flow automatically follow a path based on the threshold that we have set, then reach this important step that is the user choice. So now we are asking the analyst to pick a decision, in this case to which technology they want to ban the URL based on all the information that are already automatically collected by the playbook. The analyst in this example choose Cisco Umbrella to block, and the workflow automatically orchestrates Cisco Umbrella to block the URL. Then we reach another step, this manual task, when we ask the analyst to perform, in this case, to review the incident and close it. So in all this flow that takes just 4 minutes, only the bottom two actions, so the analyst choice and the manual task, requires a manual intervention by the analyst. And I will show you later on that this is not necessary to follow the flow, the workflow, but they will find in the SecOps dashboard all these tasks that involve their attention, so the analyst choice and the manual task.
Thank you, Claudio. Basically, sorry, come back a little,
yeah, sure.
just a second. So basically, I would like to highlight this part. So the process is totally customizable. So this is just an example. We have a library of around 300 playbook that you can start with for having idea on which are the main processes used by. You have totally access to the library, and you can enter in the playbook. For example, this was the phishing, and you can change whatever you want. The flow, the decisions, you can use the full automation, you can use the manual execution of every box. So it's what we call the progressive automation. Basically, you can decide whatever you want first, and then you have the possibility to say to the analyst, follow this process. So they just work on the analyst choice and then automatically assign a task that appear on the SecOps dashboard. So this is the powerful thing of the SOAR and the automation. You have the process under control, and you have all information that allow your analyst to take decisions. So SOAR helps in minimize the response time, reduce the analyst fatigue, because you just work on a high-value task, and you improve the efficiency and consistency of security operation. That is the three main pillars of the SOAR. Now we going deep in which are the 6 main capabilities that you can have with the SOAR. Automation. You have the automation inside the playbooks, but you can also have the automation outside. For example, checking specific alerts every day in the SIM. You can have demons for doing that. You can have the possibility to start in automatic a specific playbook based on the rules that you set up. You can assign to a specific analyst some task. So this is the flexibility that you have. Everything you can decide. And our team is powerful in helping you on the side the best way for your team based on your procedures, based on your business, because every business is different from another one. For this reason, we have App Central and Open Integration Framework that allow you to select an existing integration, and you can start using that immediately. We integrated the main tools available in the market, and every day we add the new integration with any type of tool. You can also manage a non-cybersecurity use case, but you can also ask to us to integrate whatever you need. And if you have developers inside your team, you can also manage modifying existing integration or adding new one. But our suggestion is you have the possibility, but ask to us and we can build them for you, and you can focus the attention on the processes, because you can start immediately use the SOAR that help you in save time. Now, Claudio, you can share the App Central and the Open Integration Framework.
Yeah, Thank you, Enrico. So now I can show inside the platform. As you see in this simple slide, that we have already available hundreds of connectors and thousands of action already available. And inside the platform, there is the App Center, that is the repository of all the already developed integration with all the action directly inside the platform. So you can, here are some of the integration that are available for each of them. This is an example, the one for our SIM. You can see the description, a short description of each action. The bottom part, you see all the action. We see the color coded as we showed before in the playbook, and with one click, you can just add it to your local instance. The same from the App Center can be done for playbook. So as Enrico mentioned before, we have a library of already available playbook for different use cases from different threats and for cyber and also non-cyber use case. You can check one of them, for example, to review the flow, short description, and again, with just 2 click, add to your local instance. And if we go to the repository, local repository of the instance of the playbooks, you can easily amend it and edit. So modify the flow based on your customization. So you can change, for example, the parameter of any of the action that already there easily, or change the connection, for example, so to modify how the flow will proceed, or add, obviously, at any stage, a new action. So you can choose the type of the action, and from that type, select all the available action that you have inside the your environment. Then create a new box and easily connect and create a new flow, a new branch of the playbook. So you can save it and it's ready to be used inside your environment.
Thank you very much. So we have seen how to start the standard operating procedures, how to build them. Now we go in deep and we see how to use the playbooks. So basically, after the receiving of an alert, so the playbook that you already pre-built before, you can activate and you can use during a response.
Yeah, exactly. So as soon as the alert, in this case is a phishing email, comes inside the platform, incident is created and the corresponding workflow playbook is triggered. So as you see, during the progression of the playbook, you see that the different action change, I mean, the status. So we can have different technologies to invoke, for example, in the first part from the for the enrichment of the URL that we have collected. So as you see, the output of an action is used as an input for of the subsequent action. So you can customize completely your flow, send notification, add the result of the action, for example, in the notes section. So the analyst doesn't need to check every box to see what are the results, but can have can store the information easily to be reviewed. Then the playbook, as we saw before, select automatically by a threshold that you can customize the path to follow. In this case, is a real threat, and we reach this user choice. That is the same that I explained before. But now we see that all the answer that you can provide correspond to a different path in the playbook. But the analyst doesn't need to check all this information here, but he can go in the SecOps dashboard where he can find all the activities which is involved into. So the user choice, this is the one that we have just received by that playbook. You can filter, so you can decide and find the incident you are interested in. This is the last viewed, so it's highlighted, so it's easy to find the last incident that you have checked. You can select any of the possible answers. So for example, if you provide the escalate to L2 answer, automatically the flow create the next step is create a task and immediately appear here in your SecOps dashboard. So you can easily from here interact with any step that requires your attention. You can review what the manual task requires, so what is the activity that you want to need to do, and then from here you can approve and close or decline the task. If you approve, obviously you can take in charge, start working on it, and you can also reassign to a different team or group when you have completed your part in the work.
Thank you for the explanation. So we have seen that the SecOps dashboard is where the analysts receive every input that they have to work on. So we have seen the playbook, the assigned task to the analyst, and the user choices for the analyst. Now, how the analyst can take decisions. So how can have a look on the information collected thanks to the automation capabilities.
Yeah, I will show you the next section, that is the war room. That is very useful inside an incident. In the war room section, you have all the information related to the incident. So with different type of events, let me say, so that you can refine the view. So just highlight or not what you want to find. For example, for the playbook, you can see all the result of all the action that are has been performed during the playbook. So as in this example, you can see also in this graphical way, so group by day, all the steps that are being performed in that day, and you can overview or click to get more details about any step that you want to highlight. So it's very easy for the analyst to check. You can also export it in different file format. We can customize the file name and select the same, let me say, section that is highlighted before. So in this portion, you can easily and quickly recover all the information on all the step analysis that has been done today during the analysis of the incident.
Okay, not only so that when they have to work on a specific playbook, in a specific incident, sorry, they can enter in the war room and have a look on whatever occurred in a specific incident, and so it's easy for the analyst have a look on what is interesting for him, and then they can go ahead with the process. In addition, you can also add tags inside the task. So you receive some important information in the SecOps dashboard in the description of the task that he has to perform. So another thing that helps the analyst is the supervised active intelligence. And here you have the triage and the machine learning. The first thing is the triage, eliminate the false positive. So if I am wrong, Claudio, the triage helps the analyst to immediately have a look on, okay, this is a false positive and I have to manage in a way, and this is a real threat and I have to work with creating the incident and working, activating the playbook. And exactly. Based on that, there's a machine learning that suggests the relevant playbooks to add. So it's another way that helps the analyst in their day-by-day activities. Automatic incident reports. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, obviously the platform helps you also to create and customize quickly the reports that helps to share information about all the analysis that you have performed, all the incident inside the platform. So that's help obviously improve the communication inside your environment. So you can inform quickly and with all the information, all the stakeholders that you want to inform. And all the reports are highly customizable, obviously. And the latest point that we want to highlight today is the highly customizable dashboard and KPI. So you can also display in a graphical format with very different and graphical widget in different formats. So as you see in this example, but also with charts, pie chart, and tables, all the information and regarding the incident. So to have an overall overview of what is happening on the system, so you can also check the SLA, for example, and create easily KPI reports that can help to understand what is going on in your environment.
Fantastic, thank you, Claudio. Are there any questions that you would like? We are pretty close to the closure of the webinar, but if you have any curiosity, please don't hesitate to ask us. So there's one question around the multi-tenancy. Yeah, we have a cloud native solution for multi-tenancy as well. So basically, you can have automatic incident reports, KPIs. You can propagate playbooks from master to tenants. So basically, MSSPs can use this tool for offering services to their customer, and this is one of the peculiarities. Another question is how many types of action you have. So there are 9 types. So there are mainly they are used containment, enrichment, notification, schedule action, task, user choices, conditional choices, and you can have triggers and demons that you can also have. So that you can have several types, but if you would like to have specific information around the types, we are here to share with you for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So thank you very much. Please send us an email, sales@sumologic.com, and we can set up for you a specific demo, and we can explore whatever you want. We have the SOAPs Opera, what we call SOAPs Opera, that is our catalog of playbook that we can share with you. We have the ROI paper and the ROI calculator that helps you in having a clear idea of the save time and the save money that you can have, because the SOAR helps you in improve the first level of the activities of the SOC, of security operation. And then you can concentrate your analyst on working in a very efficient way. Thank you very much to everyone for attending this webinar, and contact us if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Bye. Thank you.